I definitely want to thank my doctor, Dr. Sandy, my psychiatrist. She really helped me relax a lot.
Ron Artest had just won his first NBA championship in a Game 7 against the Boston Celtics and wanted everyone to know he had not done it alone.
I was shocked, I'd have to say, stunned.
Santhi Periasamy is the Houston-based psychologist Artest was thanking.
It was really, really nice and totally not something I would ever have expected, and it was so heartfelt.
Artest began seeing Periasamy in 2008 when he was with the Houston Rockets. It was part of a court order after he pleaded no contest to misdemeanor domestic violence while he was playing with the Sacramento Kings.
London, then we go to Spain.
After he completed what the court mandated, Artest continued to see Periasamy.
I was not able to control myself. It was things I could not handle on the basketball court, and I needed help.
It was the latest period in what Artest says has been nearly 20 years of off and on therapy, beginning when he was 13, after his parents, who were raising him, his 6 siblings, and 2 nephews in the projects in Queens, New York, separated.
I was the man of my household, but I was also a young kid and getting in a lot of trouble. So my mom brought me home one day, smacked me in the back of the head, said, "Boy, you need some counseling."
It continued when he got to St. John's at age 18.
I had a quick temper. I wanted to kind of correct that. So when they said, "Hey, you want to see a counselor?" I'm like, "Yeah, why not?"
Were you ever diagnosed with any kind of disorder or something they could qualify or label?
No, I was never diagnosed. See, the only thing I knew about myself back then was I knew I was ghetto. I knew I had a quick temper, and I knew I just really didn't care about what people thought.
Over the years, Artest says he has seen 8 different therapists, and that includes Periasamy, who declines to talk in detail about Artest's case, citing ethical restrictions. But he says she's someone who calms him and helps him focus. Because of his NBA schedule, the method of their sessions was often unique.
Like sometimes before a game, I'll be so nervous, I'll text her, I'm nervous. I don't believe in myself right now. I just don't believe in myself. And just go through what we talked about, things I've learned over the past that works.
Artest says had he been in therapy while in his early NBA years, some things, such as ejections or flagrant fouls, might have turned out differently. Except for the brawl at the Palace in Auburn Hills, Michigan in 2004. That resulted in him being suspended 73 games for going after a fan in the stands who had thrown a drink on him.
That's impossible. That would not have turned out differently.
It would not have?
No.
He's absolutely out of his mind.
That would have been the same way because that would have been the first time it happened. Now, if that happens a second time, I can understand or figure out, okay, this is going to happen. Back in the days, if you fouled me the wrong way or you think you're tougher than me, I'm going to show you who's tougher. But as I get older and understand myself, that really makes no sense to me.
During her appointments with Artest, Periasamy was careful to protect his identity. In Houston, she was aware that it was not so easy to keep confidential a meeting with a 6'5" NBA player in an office she shares with 2 other psychologists.
When he was here, I would kind of make sure that, we would meet each other in the evenings when my building was less populated, or make sure that, I didn't have clients in the waiting room.
Once he signed with the Lakers last season, she sometimes came to Los Angeles and traveled with Artest on the road twice during the playoffs.
I would just say, I do some consulting work, or if they saw him, I just said, I'm a consultant for some volunteer organization.
As his angst rose during last season's playoffs, so did the number of times he spoke with Periasamy.
I was a nervous wreck, understand, but, I really was doomed. I really was preparing myself to win. I was preparing myself to play.
She was in Boston for the NBA Finals and helped him refocus.
It was game 5. I missed a lot of big free throws. And my mind, I wasn't focused on the game.
What was the most helpful thing that she told you about what you were going through on the court?
Think about your team. Main thing. Trust yourself, think about your team.
And when he delivered a gritty Game 7 performance, she was in Houston watching on TV, sorta.
Was at a concert, so I saw it without the sound. And I was also in a situation where, you know, I can't really, it's confidential, so I couldn't make it obvious because it would have been awkward for some of the people I was with to all of a sudden be watching.
In early September, Periasamy was back in L.A. to work with Artest when he became nervous before speaking to school children about a bill that would help establish mental health programs in schools. Some in the media ridiculed his plan to participate, and Artest nearly backed out.
I called my publicist. I was like, I can't go through with this. I know the type of person I am. I'm a clown, a goofball. You know, I went in Jimmy Kimmel on my boxes. But then I think about it, who else is going to do it? Hello, everybody. Hey, how y'all doing? How's everything? How you doing? How's everything? Till somebody else credible can step up, I got to step up and, you know, talk about it.
The LA Laker world champion Ron Artest.
I'm still not a perfect person. You know, I'm definitely, I wish I was, but I'm not.
I kind of admire that he's able to put it out there in the hopes that he's helping other people and really standing up for an issue that's, you know, really close to his heart.
Is there still a stigma, though, about admitting you need to talk to someone, you need a counselor, you need therapy?
When I was a 19-year-old boy, and you got all these people saying Ron Artest is crazy, as I'm, you know, and I'm like, you know, it's bothered me a little bit. I don't mind being called a cuckoo bird no more. It's okay.
Because you know you're not?
I mean, I could be a cuckoo bird, but at least, you know, I'm myself. Wasn't exactly